Lesson 14 is going to be on piecewise functions. And in a piecewise function, it's basically exactly what it sounds like, is you're going to take a function and break it up into pieces. So you'll have, when in your equation, you're going to have more than one type of, in your function, I should say, you're going to have more than one type of equation in there. And notice that at the end of them, it tells you where that's going to be. So you're going to have the name of your function. You'll have various equations that go along with that, and then where to do each one of those. And you'll see here that it breaks up into each one of those pieces over a certain interval. So what you'll be asked to do is graph something like this. So when x is less than 2, graph y is equal to x. When x is greater than or equal to 2, graph y is equal to 5. So first of all, both of these are lines. The equation y is equal to x is a line that goes like that. And the line y equals 5 is a horizontal line that goes across. So the key is where that's at. Okay, so I want the line y is equal to x when x is less than 2. So if it were equal to 2, if x is equal to 2, y would be equal to 2 as well. So my graph is for this first piece is essentially going to start right there. And then I want x values that are less than that. So an x value of 1, an x value of 0, an x value of -1, and so on, all the way down. So that would be that piece of the graph. So again, I'm using an open circle right there because I want it when x is less than but not equal to 2. So when x is greater than or equal to 2, I want to graph y is equal to 5. Okay, so again, that's just a horizontal line that goes straight across, but I want to start at an x value of 2, and in this case, I'm going to put a closed circle because of the equals. And then I want to go for x values that are bigger than that. So I would go straight over to the right. So that would be the graph of that piecewise function. Now there are directions on how to graph piecewise functions in Desmos. And Desmos is a great way to graph these here. And you can hit pause if you need some more time. You want to try to type this in to get that graph. The big thing is that Desmos won't do the open and closed circles on it. So you're going to have to do that part yourself. So when we have on the first part here for 2x, when x would be less than -2, that would be this part right over here. When you would go to draw it on your graph, that would be an open circle there. Then for the x squared, because both of those pieces are equals, those would be closed circles at the ends of those. And then because this one's not equal to, you would have an open circle at the end of that one. So that would be the one thing that Desmos won't do that you're going to have to do. So again, this is how you type it in. You can take a look at that and let me know if you have questions on how to get that into Desmos. But it's a great way. It's very easy to type in, and you can fill in the graph that you're asked to do based off of that. All right, and the last thing for this lesson is the thing that people get more often wrong than anything else. Now, this particular one doesn't actually say to graph it, so you could graph it if you wanted to, but all you're asked to do with this is to find these pieces right here. So I'm going to have 3 different answers. I want to do f of -2, I want to do f of 0, and I want to do f of 3. Now, they are written in this case in numerical order. Don't assume that, I'm going to ask for -2 first and 0 second and 3 last. I just happen to be doing that here. So you need to find which one of the pieces it fits into. You are not going to get 3 answers for each one of these. You're only going to get 1. So when you have f of -2, the one that falls into here would be this top one, because -2 is less than 0. So that means you're only going to plug it into this equation here. So you would take -2 would be your x, and so you're going to do -2 squared, and that will be +4. All right, when f is 0, okay, well, here it is, equals 0, your answer is 2. And for f of 3, so 3 would be greater than 0, so you'd plug it into this one, so you would do the 3 plus 2, which is equal to 5. So if the problem would ask me to do f of negative 11, negative 11 would be less than 0, so I do negative 11 squared, which would be 121. All right, so that's lesson 14, piecewise functions. Let me know if you got any questions.